everyone, this is Kate from the STG Library. I'm so happy you're joining us again for another session of M for Mathematics.
Do you know that you could make a curve using only straight lines? Well, you can, and that's what we're going to do today. For today's activity, you're going to need a ruler, a pencil, a sheet of paper. It can be plain, or if you have a sheet of graph paper, you could use that as well. I'm going to set that aside for now and show you how to use a blank piece of paper. We're going to make some parabolic curves. So what you're first going to do is draw a line down your paper and a line across the bottom of your paper. And then you're going to measure out 1 centimeter ticks across both of these lines. And then what you're going to do is you're going to number these ticks. So this one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up. And then it'll start with number 1 at the top here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down. So mine goes to 15. Yours can go to whatever number that you'd like. And we're starting with just a simple parabolic curve design, just to show you kind of how you do it. So what you're going to do is then take your ruler and you're going to match your number 1 on the top to your number 1 here, and you're going to draw a line just like that. And you're going to do it number 2 to number 2, number 3 to number 3, number 4 to number 4, and if you need a little more time, you can pause the video or you can rewind and go back and watch it. Just because I'm doing it a little bit quicker doesn't mean that you have to. And if you find that 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter is too small of a space, you can do bigger numbers and see what pattern that will give you. And you can see already that your curve is happening. Oops, that didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped. There we go. Going to 12 and 13. 13. You could try starting with a smaller amount of numbers, like say go 1 to 5 and 5 to 1, and see if that works. There, you can see I made a curve using straight lines. So what you can do with that, once you've mastered that, is you could try 2 patterns and coloring them in. If you color in every other square, like this one, it kind of gives you an optical illusion, almost a 3D effect. So that's pretty neat. You can also play with more patterns. You could do a cross like this one, and you can see that I only have 5 numbers here, but I did the curve in each area.
What do you think this design would look like if we colored it?
So once you've mastered the design on paper, you could also make pretty string art with it. You could use wood, or I've also used cork. You can get that at the dollar store pretty easily, and thumbtacks for that one. Of course, I use nails for the wood. So what I did was I measured my X and Y axis and my centimeter notches, and then I hammered in some nails. You may need to get help for that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take some string, and I'm going to tie it around one of the nails. You may want help with that. You could also use rubber bands. They are great for this. And then you're going to loop it around. It's matching one. Just get it out of the way there. And you can see it's just like we did with the ruler. As you just keep going, matching up your numbers of nails with your string. And then you can tie it off in a knot on the end again. And so there, I have a little parabolic curve done in string art. Any of the ones you've done on paper, you can also do in nails. This one's a little more complicated. I did it with thumbtacks though, and I made each of my little grids, and I still did the same thing where I matched up all of the lines, but now I have some pretty wall art.
Thank you so much for joining us this week as we celebrated science literacy and M for mathematics. I hope you learned something. Math can seem pretty boring when you first think about it, but it's actually quite beautiful and complex. You can turn it into games or art. I hope you have fun playing with math.